Hi everyone, so we are at the end of our van build challenge. So Luca, originally we gave him 5 days to build out a van. He needed a little bit more, so we went to 7 days. We said, let's make it fun. You build out your van, I built out my van that I used to work out of about 5 years ago. Someone else on the crew is using it, but we're gonna do a head-to-head challenge. So we're gonna do tours today. We're gonna show his van off to you guys, and then we're gonna show mine. We want you guys to vote down below once you look at it and see what you think is the best one. I know a lot of people here at CCC are rooting for Luca, but I'm just asking for honesty. I wanna know what everyone thinks is the best build overall. So Luca, we'll turn it over to you. Let's check out your van and see how it looks.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Maybe you should have washed it just a little bit. You know?
A little bit, yes. Yes, I should have. I should have. Okay, here it is. So the way we organize it, well, everything has been built around the biggest tools and the stuff that we use more often, and we want them readily available when we start a job. So we have space for more than one ladder over here, probably like 3-4 ladders, so we can take them to the job site. On this side, we have one of our biggest tools, the table saw. So we can easily take it, bring it down from the van and take it inside the house, and it opens up the whole space to walk inside and outside. Our broom, we always have to clean the job site at the end of the day, right? Come on inside here, we have our track saw over here, hole saws over here, some blades whenever we need to change it. And then right after we have everything Festool, one of the best tools for carpenters, as many of you guys know. And we decided to create these shelves. They're very good. With a CNC machine, we created these holes for the feet, so all our tools that can be stored and they don't move around. We've been driving the van already for a few days and nothing has been falling off, so it was a success. When we use the tools, we always have our Festool vacuum with us. Right above the vacuum, we have a space for different size nails and the nail guns. This is a test. Nothing has been falling off while I was driving, so it might stay like that. I really like it. On this side, let's start from back here. As we said, we left close to the doors all the tools that we need right away when we start a job. So all our tools here are on wheels. We can easily take them, bring them down from the van and take them to the job site. Over here we decided to buy some Milwaukee Packout drawers, and these things are fantastic. You can grab any tool you want, even the one that they are all the way down, and they are easily accessible. We have enough space also for our tool belt and our personal protection equipment over here. If we move forward, we have our compressor with all the hoses and extension cords. They're resting on the shelf. They're not actually resting on the hook, so it should last for a very long time. Over here we have a stack of Milwaukee organizers. We decided to just buy a few and fill them with the screws that we use the most. Dominoes, dowels, just anything that we need on a job site. Little by little we're gonna fill them up completely, but right now they're halfway full. And then we have a space for the vacuum, and we have a space for the most important thing, which is coffee during the day.
Are you kidding me? Wow. I just want to point out his van is also, your van's like 4 feet longer than my van.
Yes.
Oh, I see you stole the candy dish from the
yes.
office. Yeah.
Yes. Do you want one?
No. I like to taste my victory a different way.
Yes, that's good. On top over here, we have a shelf going all the way around, and we're gonna use it for tools, equipment that we don't have a space yet for it. You always have something that at the moment you need to store somewhere and you don't want to put it on the floor. We made some space here for the 2-foot level, the 4-foot level, and the 8-foot level. And over here we have some space for our sawhorses. See on the other side. Alrighty, over here. This guy here, initially, it was intended to be here where this vacuum is. And then we had a better idea. We decided to put it right here, close to the door, so we can easily grab it and put it on our stand without having to bend our knee and then go on our knee down on the floor. Also here, last thing, it's our table that we always carry with us anywhere we go. We were looking for an easy spot to load it up, and we found this spot to be just right.
Okay, so now let me show you the van I built out a little over 5 years ago. Let me tell you a couple comparisons and differences between the two vans just before we get started. So Luca's is a longer wheelbase, and it also is a high roof. So I bought this van. This was the first van I ever bought at CCC when I was doing a lot of field work myself. So it's a medium roof and it's a shorter wheelbase. So at the time, it's what I could find, it's what I could afford, and I was super excited about it. I had actually worked out of an enclosed trailer that I had built out for a long time. But I was doing a lot of work down in downtown Denver area, and I really wanted to have a work van to work out of. So I bought the van, and then over the course of a little while, I planned it all out how I was gonna build it. But I actually wanna give some shout outs, like on YouTube, that's where I got a lot of my inspiration. I used to watch Ron Paulk a lot. I looked up his van and a few others, and that's where I got a lot of my inspiration. So let's see how it looks. I haven't been in this van for a while, so hopefully they're keeping it clean. My theory here was put a lot of things you need right here by the door, so you don't even have to get in the van. So for example, like I have a Milwaukee backpack here. This has a lot of hand tools in it. Right behind here, we built a whole drawer here. So this is full of like all the heavy tools, like demo tools, sledgehammers, shovels, things like that. And then some of our different squares that we use. We should have all 3 levels in here, but it looks like we're missing one. So we have a 24-inch, 36-inch, 48, and a 6-foot level right here. So they all have little stops, so they just stop once they go all the way back in there. And then track saws, so we use a ton of Festool stuff. So short track saw here, all the way up to a long track saw here. We also did like some cleaning supplies here, so you can just grab it without getting into the van. This is one of my favorite things that I found from online, but a trash little pull out. So then I usually just set this up right here by the back of the van, so you can always have, you know, a spot to put your trash. Unfortunately in construction, you know, we created a lot of trash, but we want to make sure the job's cleaned up. You have your hoses, cords, tool bags, things that you are always taking in and out to the job site every day, right here, so you don't have to get in the van to get them. We put a little storage here, so you can put carabiners and more cords here. I always like to keep a blower on the back, so you can blow out the van, blow out the area you're working, so keep it all nice and clean. Ladders on this side. Luca had, what I did like about his van is he had room for a few more ladders. We only have room for like 1 ladder and a step stool. On this side, instead of making it so you could walk into the van, I decided to put a workbench here. So we have table saw, so you can pull the table saw right out here without jumping in, pull out the chop saw as well without getting into the van, and then our workbenches and then our stands for our table saw all live right here. Here's our top to our workbench. So we actually make these for our guys on our CNC. Great workbenches. We can use the Festool clamps, other clamps. We even put our logo in it, but they work great. They're about a 4-foot by 5-foot table, which we find to be a really nice work table size overall. Also, you can grab a oscillating tool, impact, all these things, or on the side of the van, so that you don't have to get into the van to get the tools, even batteries as well. So we'll walk around, I'll show you the inside of the van now. Continuing in, so on this side, did vacuums. We use a lot of shop vacs on jobs still. We always want to make sure we're vacuuming up and cleaning up. Festool dust collector, so this hooks up to a lot of our tools, our Festool tools. And then back behind here, we even stored a Festool drywall Planex. Our guys use that sometimes. It's for sanding drywall. It's something that was kind of hard to figure out how to store in here. Just kept a little ledge here so that those tools won't roll out. One thing in the van is I really wanted to have as few straps as possible. So we have straps for our ladders and we have a strap for our miter saw. This is our miter saw stand. So pull this out, and then we also have some extra sawhorses here that you can pull out. And then back behind here, we even have some glass cups. So our guys use glass cups a lot, you know, when they're installing windows, but you always want to make sure you're storing these nice so they don't get messed up. So we keep them in the case. And then we also have a lot of drop cloths overall back there as well. Okay, so continuing on right here, again, no straps to get tools out. We built these vertical tool storages. These pieces of 1/4-inch MDF, you can remove this bar and you can change up. So there's grooves that I made for every one of these, so you can change it according to what tools you get. When you're buying tools, a lot of times they come with a bag or a box, and a lot of times we just throw those away. So here's a framing gun. We have that in here. Brad nailer here. Another smaller nailer here. That's not mine. Circular saw, mini circular saw, all these different tools in here. So a lot of times what I would do is I would pull the tools that I thought I needed for the day and just put them right here on this bench. So again, we'd have everything kind of ready to go, easily accessible, grab it from outside the van. Overall, over 5 years, I don't think we've ever had a tool fall out of this little area here. And then right up here, so we have battery storage, tape measure storage. This is just a little piece of flat stock from HVAC with some fender washers, clamp storage up here. And then even like right here, you can kind of see we have a lot of bits and all the different things that you might need. Try to keep them easily accessible so you can just see it, not having to open up a bit storage, and you can just grab what you need overall. And then on the back side, we have a lot of our cleaners, foam guns, different things like that. Okay, so then on this side here, we use Milwaukee Packout storage for all of our screws. So in construction, you know, we use a lot of different fasteners, screws, different materials, but it all needs to be organized. So we use these and you can pull them out here. So like this one's plumbing tool, a few plumbing things and electrical things just in case our guys need it. Most of our guys are working in carpentry, but sometimes you need some of that stuff. This is like every single drywall screw you could ever need on a job site. This is more framing materials and loose nails, cabinet screws and different trim head screws. I will say this is more than enough storage. I think there's even, this one right here is still empty. So 5 years later and we still haven't filled all these up. So we have a total of 9 of these and then a few thin ones. I really like this storage because it's easy to take on the job site. Also, we put it at a slight angle. So just that little bit of angle that these are on, make it so again, these never fall out. We don't have to put straps or anything to hold them up and they work great. I think right here, I even did a little hidden storage back in here. So a little hidden compartment that actually is where I put our chains for the tires on this van.
And cookies.
And also cookies and no, I'm not going to tell you what else we put in there.
Grandma's watching.
So then continuing on this side, we have Festool sustainers. So same thing. You may have seen this in Luca's van. I think he got it from us here, but we put little pockets in these shelves. And then it matches the pockets in the bottom of the sustainer. So then when this slips in here, it won't come out when you're driving down the road. Makes it so that you don't have to have any straps or little ledges on the front. A lot of our higher end carpentry tools here, things that we use all the time, but we want to be able to take these out to where the work area is, set them up, use them for the day, and have a spot to put them away. All below here we did drawers, and so we have drawers here for like sanding materials, touch-up materials, straps, things like that. Random hand tools. This one's just for drywall tools. One other thing is we did an E-track down the middle, so I wanted to be able to move materials to the job site, have no issue with them falling over and moving around. So we have this nice little E-track here. Basically, you can tie into any point here. So, you know, we can open this up here. Then you can clip it at any one of these points, you know, based on what you're trying to move out to the job site, and then tighten it down and strap it. Okay, so that is the van. That's a van I built out about 5 years ago. Like I said, I'm not using it anymore. One of our lead carpenters on our window crew is using it. Hope you enjoy the build out we did. A couple things I would change. If I were doing this again, I probably would get a high roof van and a longer wheelbase. I really did try to build out every little bit of this van that we could, but at the end of the day, we can't get any bigger. Hope you enjoyed our van tours. So we got Luca's van, my van. If you've watched this video and you're right when we're finishing the van challenge, be sure to go on Instagram and vote for what van you think is the best. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for following along. Make sure vote for Heath overall. See ya. Make sure to vote on Instagram. And here comes Luca.
Vote me.
Vote for Luca.